Well, hello everybody. Welcome back down into the dungeon for sort of a midweek look at what's growing on. Today we're going to focus primarily on the 2019 pepper collection, but I want to say first off, thank you guys so much. You guys are so sweet and so concerned about what's going on down here. So many of you mentioned that I really needed to get an air stone into that little smart garden thing. So I have moved that just for your peace of mind more than my own. The original smart garden didn't have an air stone. I think it's really important that we keep that in mind. There was nothing putting fresh oxygen into that thing, and it did sprout those seeds in the vermiculite anyway. Now that said, vermiculite and peat moss are completely different growing mediums. I mean, they're both kind of spongy and absorbent and they will wick moisture, but one's going to hold it a little bit better than the other. So based on the fact that I'm using peat moss instead of vermiculite, I did move things around, and I want to show you guys that yes, there is an air stone in there now. So let's get started on that, and then I'll show you what all is popping up in the 72 cell tray. That's, well, it's a lot more than I expected, to be honest. So yeah, let's get at it. So you can see I've moved the black light from the houseplant shelf over here with its little funky 6-watt purple light. I don't know how much good it's doing, but it's definitely adding a little bit more light to this. I had to move it over here because I only have the one air pump at the moment. Although I'm going to say another big thank you to Brandon, because he let me know on Facebook that I guess he has ordered one for me. So that's awesome. You don't have to do that, but I do appreciate it, and I'm certainly not going to tell you no. I am, however, going to tell you thank you very much. So here we have the random. Let me just turn this off and get it out of the way for the moment. See, it does add a little bit of light. We've got the random compost peppers in here, and we can tell that they are nicely moist. No question of that. I mean, it's almost too moist with the peat moss as compared to the vermiculite that you can see in the back corner there. But as I said, when I went off to get some at the co-op, there wasn't any, so what do you do? I have to say, these seedlings do look happier. It's only been a day or two. What was it, Monday I did this? And yeah, these do not look like unhappy little seedlings. Now, that said, these are the oldest of the seedlings because they are the ones that kind of popped up, like I said, in the worm compost bin. But yeah, we've got an air stone in there now. I'm not going to bother to cover up the sides because it's not completely see-through, we'll say. And I'm only so worried about it. The Aero Garden has, you know, you can get some light through there. The Smart Garden, you can get some light through there. It is what it is. It's just a tote. If it really becomes problematic, or if I decide to grow plants in there long term, which is where this really factors in. Like this is not intended for long term. This is just somewhere to put them for now, so they can develop nice little root balls in the little tiny cups. When they get transplanted into something bigger, they'll have a more established root system. Like I was saying, if I intend to switch this up to a long-term planting where those roots really are going to start taking up that tote space, then I will take it outside, quick spray paint on the outside of it so I'm not adding toxins into the water, and I'll work it from there. But yeah, until I'm really worried about the roots growing into this part, I'm not going to worry about the roots growing into that part. Anyway, down on the 72 cell here, we've got a lot of things popping up and a couple of things absolutely not. Way up here we've got a Jay's Chocolate Ghost Scorpion, so that's kind of exciting. And then here, well, you know what, let's just start on this side. Ghost pepper seeds that I saved, not sprouting up yet. These would be the yellow Dorset Naga seeds, also not sprouting up yet, although I see a seed off to the side there, so I don't know what's going on there. Here we have the Lemon Habaneros. Got a pretty good ratio out of there. I see 2 sprouting up in that one, and everything, all 9 cells. I mean, that's tiny, but that's sprouted. So that is an excellent sprout ratio. The Hungarian Yellow Wax, also from the MI Gardener Seeds. I'm getting nothing coming up yet. I'm hoping that's just the slow to sprout type. I'm also hoping those two are slow to sprout types, but looking around them, I don't think that's what we're looking at here. Anywho, here are the Peter Pepper seeds, the penis pepper seeds, Peter Pepper seeds, whichever you prefer, that were sent to me by Charles. Although Evil Genius did send me some as well, so I'm probably going to sprout another batch of those a little later on. I was talking about it with shocks, and we're kind of toying with the idea of randomly planting these in a few gardens around town, and or we'll do these as the peppers that go up the driveway, because nobody's going to steal a pepper that looks like that. Here we have the Kangstar Lemon Starburst. Got quite a few. This one still hasn't popped up yet. Maybe popping up there. Most of these ones are still kind of on the helmet head side. So, giving them a flick. Everybody's already getting hit with the paintbrush to kind of strengthen them a little bit, but doesn't necessarily mean it's working. Then back here, well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 popping up there. A couple of them are still very, very short and hard to see, but at the moment I've forgotten what variety that is. I think that's the Batman Tells Bells. Yes, so these are the ones sent to me by Make It Wayne. And yeah, let me know, Batman, when this does, you know, hopefully produce something in the long run. If I get the right phenotype, I'll save those seeds for you. Otherwise, it's just going to be another pepper growing on around here, isn't it? Let's see, 2019. These are, well, these are from the random compost peppers, and they seem to be doing alright. This one looks like it's developing a flower nub. Can you see that? Can you see that in there? Flower nub. Let's see, this is a last year's pepper, but it's growing for next year at this point. Lots of flower nubs on the top of this Reaper. I lost a couple of open flowers already. This one's open. Not sure if it's going to hang or not. Might be time to put this into something larger. Not inconceivable. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes there. Trinidad Scorpion Red seeds from Pepper North. We're still looking at a no-grow situation there. Not cool, not cool. Let's see, no peppers in there. I guess that takes us down there into the shelf. So I tried to organize these a little bit while I was painting the aphids off yesterday. Looks like I've got 10 of the Garden Salsa so far, 8 of the Naga Vipers, 3 Santa Fe Grandes, 3 Caribbean Red Habaneros, and there's still 3 more of the random compost peppers. These are also random peppers, but getting the larger living accommodations. And yeah, I'm not liking these full-size double cups for these little peppers, because I just find it a lot harder to get those aphids off. With these little tiny cups, I can just kind of hold it over the fish tank. I can see it really well. Take the paintbrush, flick, flick, flick. No more aphids. Well, no more on the plant. And I have to say, it's a silly little way to deal with those buggers, but it's working. Having an excellent seedling survival rate so far. I'm looking forward to that continuing. Yes, yes. The only problem I can say that I have with those littler red double cups is that I simply don't have enough of those little red cups. And unfortunately, they're in Shoal Lake. It's a 10-minute drive, which isn't so bad. But at the moment, the front drive shaft is off of the Jeep because she had some issues, and it's $1,000 to get a new drive shaft, and apparently nobody's got a used one around. So I am, well, I'm trying to avoid driving this winter if at all possible. And if I am stuck driving, I'm going nice and slow because, you know, it's been a long time since I've driven a just rear-wheel drive vehicle. And as much as that Jeep is a tank, there's not a lot of that weight over the back end, which means I might as well be driving a 70s Nova. Sing, sing. No control if there's speed. So the Canadian lesson for those who are still listening: when driving in the snow, remember speed is not your friend. If you start to slide, take your foot back off the brakes. Most people don't realize this, but it makes a big difference. Gently reapply, try stopping again. Worst case scenario, you still hit the car in front of you, but probably not as fast. So yeah, we'll get into winter safe driving tips from friendly Canadians at some other point, I think. But anywho, today was about the peppers, and most importantly, I wanted to let you all know that I have put an air stone into that little DIY smart garden, so it'll be okay. Thank you guys for being so concerned, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody.